let's look at safety first. Who would believe me when I say that the reason your life keeps looping around and you can never finally get over that thing that's probably been in your life, if we care enough to look, which we'll do later, over and over and over and over, yearly and consistently, is because your unconscious mind is keeping you safe from that. Who would agree with that? We know enough about therapy and enough about the unconscious mind that that safety loop that we get stuck in is the unconscious mind in action. Now, for those first time hearing this, you think, well, hang on, me being rich is more safe than me being broke. Me being skinny is more safe than me being overweight. Me being happy is more safe than me being upset. Me having a successful business is more safe than me failing. So why does the unconscious mind have it backwards? Any ideas? Yep, something, exactly. There is something even more important that is being what I call appeased. Okay? There is what is known as an unconscious payoff. And until you find that unconscious payoff, your life will loop itself. Make sense? So we need to find out what that payoff is for you. And you can do this with the analysis part of this, but I'm not saying you will do it today. It may be a consistent thing. Remember the long, short way or the short, long way we do with clients? It might take you a long time to analyze your life, figure out what it is. Once you find it, it is simple to destroy and reprogram it, if you will. Make sense? Okay? So safety. It is easier for your unconscious mind to keep doing the same thing over and over than you even try to do something different. Weird, right? It is easy for you to sit on the couch and eat Doritos and go to the gym. It is easy for your unconscious mind to keep you in bed, in a warm bed, than get up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. It is easy to stay just making it in money and in life and in financial success than going out and doing something where there's a possibility of failure. The unconscious mind hates you failing. What is its job? To keep you happy, to keep you healthy, and to keep you on track. So as an example, let's say when you were 20 years old, you decided to get into a new business venture. You bought into like a MLM thing where you get a product, you sell it to everybody else and everybody above, you know, those pyramid scheme things. And you put all your energy and emphasis in that. You've gone from broke to making a little bit of money, a little bit more money, and you're getting highly successful. You think this is fantastic. And then unfortunately, the company goes bankrupt and so do you. You lose all that money, all of it. You're worse off than you were before. What do you think this person's going to be feeling? Distress, anger, being rorted, if you will. What else do you think this person will be feeling? Failure, lost, anguish, trust, all of these things. As soon as you start to feel these things, the unconscious mind goes into, wow, I have to fix this because I don't like this. And it creates a learning lesson, okay? And this learning lesson is what keeps you repeating. It's this learning lesson that keeps you safe. So let's take this example of this person failing at business. What's the learning lesson this person do you think will get quick smart about business, knowing he's just failed? What do you think he's going to learn? Don't risk it again. You'll always fail. Business is hard. Don't be motivated, just going to end up in bad luck. That lesson gets created unconsciously, and unfortunately you guys have no control over it. If you didn't have your unconscious mind creating lessons for you, you'd continue to touch that hot oven no matter how many times you got burned. Make sense? Okay? So it's that learning lesson that keeps us in our loop. Now let's say this 20-year-old forgets about it, and at age 30 they decide to do another business. They push forward, they buy into a business. What do you think is going to happen to that business? What do you think the unconscious mind is going to do to them to keep them from being successful? Sabotage. Who's got self-sabotage? Okay, that was 2 or 3 people. Who's got self-sabotage? We all have gone through it. That self-sabotage is keeping you from being successful or keeping you away from business failing again. It is easy to keep you here than you try again and you fall into failure again. Does that make sense? Okay? But also the opposite's true. Who knows someone who's been bankrupt to do something, get even richer than they were before? Has anyone read Donald Trump's book? So much we don't like him. Is a great example of a different loop. What an incredible way to actually go bankrupt knowing he's going to get richer. You might be bold enough to say, I'm going to purposely go bankrupt because I'm going to be richer. What a different loop to live. But for the majority of us, we stay in that opposite loop. That loop is consistent, so whenever you try to go away from it or get past that loop and your unconscious mind says, wow, this is going to jeopardize my safety, you will fail every single time. And why wouldn't you? Isn't the unconscious mind's role to keep you safe? You have a relationship, you break up with them, you say all men or all women are assholes and bitches, and then you think, you know what, I do want another relationship. You get out there and you start reading those text messages. You start being distrustful. You start arguing about stupid shit that doesn't even matter. Because your unconscious mind wants to prove you're right and keep you away from the relationship. Would that be true or not?
Yeah.
Good. So we need to figure out what that is. Okay? What is that loop? What is that unconscious payoff? If we turn this back into therapy, remember the smoker, remember the anxiety, remember the confidence? The reason they're stuck in that because there's an unconscious payoff. Now it can start from when they're a child, but it can be learnt at any time. We're always learning something. Okay? All it takes is for you to drive down the road, someone not indicating cutting towards you, you freak out, the unconscious mind says, well, driving's dangerous, now you have a fear of driving. And every time you get into that car, you're a nervous wreck and you can't remember why. You don't put it to, oh, someone cut me off just small, it's everything else. Make sense? So we need to figure out what is your unconscious payoff. Do you guys like be interested to work out what that is? Please go back to that first goal that you had at the start of the day.